I'm just giving anybody who happens to be watching. Wait, why was I gathering up? I don't need this thing. This is all junk except for this one thing that's a magazine I can sell. Let's see if I can store any of this shit. Oh, I really wish I could get rid of these because now the quest is bugged and I can't complete it. Yeah, it's kind of a fucking bummer just how much of our
and your skin's as smooth as a baby.
Oh shit. It just occurred to me that I probably should have. Oh wait, there's some jet. I need to keep at least some of that to give to Homegirl. That's why I even came up here. Yeah, there's always going to be some random comment that you maybe not even thinking about, that somebody told to you that made you feel like you're not capable of doing whatever the fuck. When I was, you know, in 7th grade or whatever, and I vividly remember this, which is probably a good example of it not being 100% true, but when I was in 7th grade, there was a kid who really wanted to be a singer. Okay, and we had our little choir class that kids would have to take in order to pass 7th grade or whatever, for whatever fucking reason. Are you serious? Are you the fucking overseer? What the fuck are you doing? Who the fuck even are you? Oh, you're Sheffield.
Crop's been growing pretty good.
That's weird.
Lost track of how many blisters I got.
But anyways, this kid, he was in choir class and
I should have done more.
he's doing a little talent thing and he's trying to show everyone that he's a good singer. But he's put like a ton of vibrato on his voice because he's nervous as fuck. He's like, I can show you the world. And that's the song he sang, by the way. It was the song from Aladdin. And the teacher, the choir teacher, told him, well, what she did is she asked him, like, do you have this disease? She asked this kid in front of the entire class if he had a disease in his throat. And he was just like, no. And she's like, you should get it checked out because it kind of sounds like you have something in your throat. And she was like, you know, not even thinking about it. She was being dead serious. She was just like, oh yeah, no, I'm a choir teacher. This is what I've come to the conclusion of. And yeah, that I don't even know what happened to the kid. I never asked him about it or anything like that, but I guarantee that was one of those moments, one of those hallmark moments in that kid's life where he was like, I tried to sing super, you know, as good as I could in a situation where I was really not mentally equipped to do this thing, and this teacher just fucking asks if I have a disease in front of fucking everybody. I didn't scrap the inside of this building. I'm not even gonna do it. If you feel a little better about yourself, scope out OKC. Who the hell's OKC? Or what the hell's OKC? Or is it a place? Dihydrotestosterone. Oh, for going further down the rabbit hole of masculinity. Oh, okay, Cupid. I did scrap the inside of this place. I don't understand where the fuck everybody is. I'm looking for one chick, and I don't know why I do this to myself every fucking time. I just need to go and ring the goddamn bell. She's probably standing inside this house, because it's all she ever fucking does.
Man.
You're tied to this place, kid. Your
Jesus
energy.
Christ.
I used to live here.
But the site can help.
Here you
Like
go.
we'll kick you. I see you. But
Yes, yes, and I've got my authorization code.
Most
Oh,
people are
I'm
good at
sorry,
breaking.
Preston, did you
I enjoy breaking
dislike that shit? Too bad. Yeah, she's a little bit confused. Mama Murphy is often confused. I had a, yeah, before I started dating Elena, I had a lapse of judgment and decided to try Tinder. I'm sure you all know what the fuck that is, but in Utah, Tinder is a fucking joke. Okay? There's only 3 kinds of people on there. There's people who are not, you know, not attractive or maybe desperate for a very good reason, like clear inability to use their own native language in an About Me section. And, you know, nothing against those people. I hope they find the right person. But for me, it was a very much a time of being a selfish prick and just, like, giving nobody a chance. So those people were out on my experiment. And then the second type of people were people who were like, you know, I'm Mormon, I'm going to BYU, I'm going to go on a mission, and the only thing I would like to find is exactly that exact same person, only with a penis or whatever. And so those people were out by definition, because it was like, there, you know, if you maybe have never tried to convert a Mormon girl to being into like partying and drinking and having sex, but not only is it morally reprehensible, but it's also fucking impossible. They have wills of iron. Really, they do. And then there was the last kind of person who was, you know, in some cases interesting, or at least to the point where I would go and look at their About Me section or whatever. And, you know, I looked at a lot of their About Me's. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a very shallow experiment, one that was driven almost entirely by, you know, sexual aggression that was not being vented, or however you want to put it. But, yeah, those particular people always had the same exact phrase in their, you know, in their About Me section. And it was always something exactly like, I have X children and they are my life. So they were out, you know what I mean? Because I was like, hey, listen, lady, you don't need to find an easy lay or even a extremely complicated lay. You need to find a husband, and you are not in the right place to do that because you are on Tinder. And this app exists purely for casual sex, and I don't know why you guys can't figure that out. But essentially what happened was there was something like, in my like extended range, 1,500, you know, suitable candidates to look through. And I had out of all 1,500, there was maybe 5 that I, you know, said yes to. The entire rest of the company I said no to, and none of the people who said yes to me, or that I said yes to, said yes to me. And I was like, well, there goes that experiment. I have literally gotten no replies and no matches, and I have now exhausted the entire pool of this this particular disgusting pit of sad people. So I guess the moral of that story is I'm extremely picky. But when I told my, 5 to 10 years younger than myself roommates that story, they were like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You got no matches? And I was like, yeah, dude, I got no matches, but I only swiped right on like 5 people. And they were like, well, that's where you fucked up, man. And I was like, what do you mean? And I guess the standard practice for a dude, for like a bro dude on Tinder, is to swipe right on every single girl. Every single one. And then any of them that swipe right on you, then you reject them. Which is the exact opposite of what that fucking program was meant to do. It was meant to make it so that you only ever even talked to people who you and they weren't going to reject out of hand for whatever reason. So, yeah. It was an embarrassing nightmare. I would really not recommend it to anybody else who has any sense of like self-actualization, period. Just don't even bother. Don't bother with internet dating. Don't bother with any of that shit. Here's what you should do. If you're lonely and you want to find a partner, not like somebody that you can, fit your genitals across or into, or, however you want to apply them, just you would like to not be alone in this lonely universe. Don't attempt to do that. That's not like a goal you can achieve. Does that make sense? You don't go, it's not like I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to go find a girlfriend or whatever, and I'm not going to come home without one. No. You don't do that. The best case scenario for that is you end up with somebody at the bar who is thinking the exact same thing. They have no expectations or standards, period, and it doesn't matter to them at all. So it shouldn't, and if it doesn't matter to you at all, then you shouldn't even feel that way, period. Here's what you should do, and I think I've actually said this on the stream before, but whatever the fuck it is that you would do if you were the last person alive on Earth, you had full unfettered access to everything on Earth, but you're the last person alive. Right? Do that.
Now, rookie.
If you... Let's see, where the hell am I going, by the way? Oh yeah, I'm going the right way. If you pursue the thing that you really like to do, even if it doesn't work out, even if it's just that you get good at it on your own with all the free time that you have, then fucking bully for you, man. That might actually work. That has a chance of success. You know? You don't even need to put yourself out there. You just need to focus on the thing that you enjoy the most. And the chances are the only people that you're going to socialize with are people who feel the same way. And I don't recommend finding and dating someone who has the exact same, the exact same interests as you, but whatever it is that you want to do with all your free time, they better at least appreciate the fact that it's not a waste of time, because if they don't, you are going to drive yourself fucking sick with the bullshit that you're going to put yourself through. I thought there was a door on the bottom here. I don't know why I thought that. If you were the last person on Earth, you'd pee without turning on the water faucet. I can... I can agree with that. Kid Caspers, thank you for that follow. Yeah, I have a bit of a... I mean, I have a bit of trouble explaining exactly what it is that I would do if I was the only person alive. Certainly I wouldn't stream if there was nobody else on Earth to watch. But I would probably play Fallout, like all day, every day. if I was the last person alive, I would probably try my best to take care of myself, just because I'm the last person alive. Fuck, I fucking hate that tree. But
What's going on down there? How many are we dealing with?
I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't stop playing Fallout. I would actually be kind of a bummer, because one of my favorite things to do is to play with you guys to watch. Young Stickman, thank you for that follow. But, like, it doesn't matter what it is. If what you really like to do, is paint Warhammer figurines, then fucking do it. Get good at it. You know, get into it. Because the only thing that you're going to, that's ever going to matter as far as what you do with your time is,
stairwells and hallways, if you haven't already.
the thing that you're the most into. You know, I think I explained this to Elena, but like, let's say that what you really want is to make $1 million. So you think to yourself, I'm going to be the best stockbroker in the world or whatever. But you don't have any interest in that shit. You just want to make money. Then what's going to happen is somebody is going to actually be into it, and they're going to be better at it than you are.
What?
You know, there's a market for fucking everybody. If you truly believe that you could be the best Warhammer 30,000 figurine painter on Earth, because it's what you would do with all your time, if that's what you were allowed to do, that's what you would do, then please fucking do it.
Nice.
Yeah. That's the thing about Office Space that is a little bit depressing. The dude who says that he would do 2 chicks at the same time. Because the whole point was to find the thing that you were going to be able to focus on. That's something that's not often explained
Anyone alive
in the in the shitty
Who?
hold on a second, I want to disable this. In the shitty high school whatever thing that they kind of put you through in the counselor's office or whatever. That's the thing that they fail to mention, is that they don't really want you to think about sorry, I gotta kind of focus on the words here, so my brain turned off for a second. They don't want you to focus on what you would do if you had a ton of leisure time, because they're always thinking that it involves another person. It really just comes down to what you would do if there was nobody left. Yeah, I didn't really have that conversation in my school either. I'm not sure what the deal is with public schools, but there was like zero interest in people as a general population. They were interested in having everybody graduate or do well on tests, But as far as the individual student was concerned, nobody at my school gave a shit. I would skip class like for an entire day and just sit in the video room doing like editing.
Come here.
And that would be it.
Are you here for the synth?
How about that reset
C247
code,
initialized
son?
factory reset. Authorization code Zeta 53 Kilo.
How did you?
Walks over to the corner to flip over. It's funny that he dies, but everybody else just kind of like bends over a bit.
Get away from me.
Thank you. I don't
It's
know
funny
what
because
to
you can
say.
just leave this chick in there. All you need is the Corsair chip.
I think I would have. Thanks again for your help. And before you ask,
I didn't ask. You should put that Corsair uniform on. Now see, that's the interesting thing, is there was no condom talk in my high school. Because it was Provo High School. And it's a school where every single student has an break period that they, you know, have on their schedule. Except for that break period is specifically for going to LDS seminary. Almost everybody in this entire state went to 4 years of seminary in their high school. And each year they read a different book. Whether it was the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Book of Mormon, or the Pearl of Great Price / Doctrine of Covenants. Or Doctrine and Covenants, I guess. Let's see. Let's go to the railroad and do this shit. I think I would like to cross. I just cross right here, I guess. In seminary, insemination. Yeah, none of those kids had any, like, hopes to begin with, but also fears at all of being put into a sexual situation and not being able to, like, figure out what to do, or, like, not being fully equipped. None of that shit came up, period. You know what I mean? Like, I had heard as a kid going to prom, going to my senior prom, that in most other states and in most other states in the country, if you were going to take some girl to senior prom, it was more or less expected, culturally expected, that you were going to take her to a hotel room afterward and lay her. And I was like, that is a fantastic concept as a 17-year-old boy. However, there was none of that shit. I could describe my senior prom to you, and it would make you guys feel very, very happy. It was the kind of thing where you would take the girl out on the date for the entire day. Okay. And I allowed my friends to basically orchestrate the entire adventure. I did ask a girl out that I had never even really spoken to before, and she said yes. I decided to do something that I had never done before in my life and never will do again, which was to spike my hair for prom. The poor girls had no idea what they were in for the day, so none of them wore sensible shit for, say, hiking to a waterfall or participating in a ropes course. And again, let me just point out that that my friends orchestrated the entire adventure. So I had nothing to do with the desperate failure that was our prom date. Yeah, so I was in a tuxedo with spiked hair. Okay, my prom date had made her dress. All the girls were sunburned and felt sick from hiking up to a waterfall, and then when we hiked back down 2 miles down the road and had to hike therefore back up the mountain up a road. Okay, are you loving this yet? Because let me tell you, it's not even fucking half over yet. Oh, well, Chester, thank you for coming by and hanging out. Appreciate your presence, friend. Alright, so far so good. Okay, went and picked up my date at like whatever, 6 o'clock. She had made her own dress. It was black and white and hideous. She was adorable, but her dress was hideous. And all the girls were sunburned as fuck because none of us had the sense to bring fucking sunscreen for a day-long adventure outside. Okay, so she was black and white and red all over, literally. Okay, and then we went to Sizzler for our prom dinner, and I made the horrific mistake of not sticking to something that I knew was going to be okay, and I decided to eat a bunch of fucking jumbo shrimp from some platter that one of my friends had ordered, and it didn't occur to me that I maybe wasn't going to agree with me, but I was fucking sick for the entire actual prom. Sick to my stomach, okay?
Carrington wants to talk with you.
I don't give a fuck, drummer boy. So, ultra sick. Just did not feel good. The one and only slow dance that I ever attempted with a girl was the slow dance during the first slow song of my prom night. And 30 seconds into the slow dance, I felt like I was going to throw up. I was like, if I don't go now, I'm going to puke on this girl for her senior prom. It's going to be awesome for her. So I gotta go.
Yeah, that was me. I took down a courser.
That's what the report says. So why?
Uh-huh. I needed a courser chip. I need the code on it.
You have one of their
This
chips
line right here
intact? Follow me now.
is the reason I don't like the railroad.
A million things can go
Desdemona
wrong.
jabbing her
The least
fucking
is
finger in my
losing
chest and being like, if
Fortunately,
you don't
we
give
have
me
the
that
right
code,
man
I'm
for the
going
job.
to stab myself in the
need
tits
something?
and
Tom,
throw the blood in your eyes.
Get a courser chip.
And I'm like, Desdemona, dude, I came here
Oh, man, it's
to
been
talk
ages.
to you about
You've hit the
this.
jackpot with this. Hand over the chip. Let's see what's on it.
My face cam is about 1.5 seconds behind my voice. I really hope that the settings are reversed now here. Tell me if that's better. Okay, no, I'm not even done yet. So,
Here you go.
All right.
so I make a break for the bathroom and leave this poor girl during her one, and by the way, I might mention only slow dance for her entire senior prom as well. On the dance floor, and I make a break for the bathroom, run into the bathroom, open one of the stalls, sit down in front of the toilet like I'm gonna throw up,
Oh man, don't crash.
and my prom date comes in behind me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "What are you doing? This is the girls' bathroom."
We're still running.
Is the story not excellent so far?
Added more decimals to
And
the
I
last
couldn't
time.
even throw up because I was that nervous.
Come on,
And
baby.
so
Show me that
we
pattern.
left
Where
the
is it?
like
Wait,
building
using the
that
same
had
logarithm
the
function
dance
as the
hall
key
in it.
generator.
And there was like a 7-Eleven nearby, and I walked in my tuxedo sick with spiked hair and my sunburned date in her handmade dress to 7-Eleven to buy a bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, we got it. We got the code.
Drank half the fucking bottle in front of her.
Let me load that onto the hollow.
Spent the
tape.
rest of the dance
work, Tom.
outside sitting on a fountain and talking to the girl and just being like, yeah, that's so
And
fucking
agent,
embarrassing.
I
I'm
hope
so
that
stupid. And
helps
she's
you
like,
as
no,
much
it's
as
fine. It's
you've helped
okay.
us.
And, you know, meanwhile, in her girl mind, she's thinking, this kid has fucked up my life story forever. and so, yeah, I take her home and it's a fucking hug. That's like as far as I had any right to go. And as far as I know, that's basically what happened with everybody else. So that is my excellent senior prom story. I don't have, well, yeah. I guess there's a box somewhere that has my prom picture in it. If you guys really want to stick around, we can fucking pull that shit out. I wonder how far along we are. Oh, I'm a half an hour beyond my fucking time. Okay, yeah, I'll pull it out if you're willing to wait. But, I am hosting Vanderpool. Is Vanderpool here and also perhaps maybe streaming at this point? Because that would be excellent for me.
Tinker Tom's cooking up something. I hope it goes
See if I
better
can
than
find
last
some
time.
place to sleep.